Food is the purest form of love, at least to me. It is how my mother showed her unconditional love for me growing up. It is how my father shows his love for me even today. When I was younger, my grandmother would send us back home with huge boxes of laddus and murukku every time we visited her, and every bite felt like her warm hugs. But what if food could be used for manipulation? What if someone decided that they would use their talent for cooking to make their partners dependent on them, so much so that life becomes meaningless without them? That is the premise of Butter by Asako Yuzuki. The story starts with a journalist called Rika who works at a magazine that is losing popularity among young readers. She is hardworking and is looking to interview a woman called Manako Kaji who is currently in jail awaiting her second trial. She is the primary accused in the deaths of three men. She is allegedly a serial killer who seduces men with her cooking and drives them to their deaths. Rika has been trying to secure an interview with Manako for a few months but has been unsuccessful. Rika's best friend Raiko suggests that instead of asking for an interview, she should ask her for the last recipe that she made before being arrested. It works and Rika gets to meet the enigmatic Kaji. From here begins Rika's obsession with Manako Kaji and her eventual disillusionment and realization of who Manako really is. The main themes of the book are internalized misogyny, fat phobia, and body shaming. Throughout the book, we see various instances of the female characters being subjected to scrutiny regarding their appearance, especially gaining weight. The book talks about how many aspects of a woman's life are tied to the way she looks, even her professional life. The author has also talked about internalized misogyny in this aspect. Manako Kaji has been ignored her whole life for being overweight and ordinary looking, and she in turn has become vicious towards women who are skinny and conventionally good looking. She belittles them and their purpose in life many times throughout the book. And this made me think about the society around me. I don't know about Japan, but in India, skinny shaming is just as prevalent as fat shaming. I think when people talk about skinny women being more attractive, they do not mean underweight women. They mean women who look like models, skinny but filled out in the right places. The femininity of underweight women is often questioned, and it is implied that they are not women enough. And the prime example of this is on social media. When someone is shamed for being overweight, which is awful, the primary response is always something like, well, at least I'm a woman and not a stick. And the situation when reversed is also true. When someone is shamed for being skinny, the immediate response is to attack someone that's overweight. So instead of questioning the person that is shaming someone, we are conditioned to attack a separate group of women who are also on the receiving end of vicious comments. Instead of questioning society that expects women to be perfect sized, we attack each other. And that is what I liked about this book. The author has tried to compile many issues that exist in our society in relation to a woman's worth and it being tied to her appearance. Though the book felt like it was rambling at certain point, I think it was true to life. Rika's character arc from self-loathing to acceptance would have felt rushed otherwise. I also adored the ending of the book and how hopeful it felt. There is a lot of polarizing views on this book online, but one thing everyone must agree on is that this author knows how to write about food. There is a scene in the book in the beginning where the author has written about hot rice, cold butter, and soy sauce. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that I instantly felt I wanted to try it. And I did. I should have used more butter though. Another area that I felt the author is really talented in is her ability to write female characters who are absolutely unhinged. Whether it was Manako Kaji and Rika in Butter, or pretty much all the characters in her other book, Hooked, Each of them felt real and unnerving. And I think this was the main reason for the frustration I felt while reading both books. It would be very hard to engage with some of these characters in real life. Having said that, I really did like reading her books because of how beautifully she ties everything at the end on a pleasant note. Have you ever read any of her books? And what did you feel about them? Until next time, bye.